Looking up at the night sky, it is littered with stars. While most of them don't harbor life, some do. This one star in particular is rather interesting. It's where Ensians originated from. To date, they are the oldest folks in our galaxy, that we know of anyway. Nowadays, we refer to them as the Ancient Ones. Just like an ant colony, their individual efforts are overshadowed by their collective outcomes. But unlike an ant colony, an individual Ensian is perspicuous. They're mightful and unyielding. Naturally curious, they're keen observers. One of their many subjects is none other than Earth. They've had a close eye on us, as they do for every life form in our galaxy. Hiding in plain sight, they observe us. A shuttle nearly 2 miles long houses a crew of discoverers, as they call them. They're a highly intelligent bunch of the colony. Their mission is clear and simple: gather data, report back, and most importantly, never interfere. Lascaris was an Ensian like no other. Gifted with a human-like compassion, he disobeyed these rules. Back on Earth, we were just about to discover our biggest achievement yet: the cleanest, most efficient source of energy: quantum fission. Our elite physicists all over the world contributed their lifetime to perfect their equations, and it's finally here. It's almost Christmas Eve, and our gift? A promising future with limitless energy and no poverty to speak of. Naturally, our observers are alert of our discovery. A crew member informs Lascaris, saying, "Earth being learned of iota cleaving. Our duty is concluded. Are we to head back home?" Lascaris, being our keenest spectator for the better part of 300,000 years, distasted this news. His gift of compassion turned into a curse. He decided to step in and stop us. This was a clear act of treachery. He left the vessel and winged to Earth. His action is not the first of its kind. In fact, their colony have a policy of such act. It's clear and simple. If for any reason intervention was plotted or carried on, the civilization in question, along with the guilty Ensian, will be liquidated. On New Year's Eve, a bright vessel pierced the calm sky as it flew above our cities. The calm shuttle of Lascaris elegantly descended into our ocean. Above it, one passenger. Now that Lascaris has intervened, time is the only thing between us and vigilant attackers of Ensians. The void in between stars is unfathomably large. That's the time buffer we need to get ourselves ready, and maybe hold off their attack. Lascaris' first mission was to prove all of this to our world leaders and get them on his side. Our plan to launch the quantum fission experiment was naturally delayed by the coming of our new visitor. He became the top story worldwide, having mastered our language by centuries of observation. Lascaris asked to speak to the world leaders, a wish that was quickly granted. He spoke of great dangers looming across the horizon, and of the great mistake it would be to launch the quantum fission experiment. He explained that 9 out of every 10 civilizations discovered this technique. Their intellectuals cheer it and hold it up high as their trophy of their lifetime. However, it has a glaring flaw that every single civilization fails to foresee. Once launched, it will lead 100% of the time to their demise. The experiment will work, but it will produce far more energy than anyone can ever hope to contain. Imagine bringing a piece of the sun here on Earth. No matter how many solar panels you put in, how many batteries you store, they'll always be burned, and you with it. Lascaris taught us their ways and technologies. In a few short centuries, humanity took a leap in science, math, and even psychology. He taught us the efficiency of antimatter drives, the ultimate secret of dark energy, and he sowed the seeds of singularity. Nearly 10,000 years later, it's finally time. They ought to be here any minute now. Everyone looked up at the sky in anticipation, our warriors and machines set to ready, and behind us all, our savior, Lascaris. In an anticipatory last moment, the huge clock on the wall ticked its last second. It is time now. Everyone looked up in silence, not a word spoken worldwide, as everyone's frightened and vigilant. Seconds passed, then minutes, then hours, and there was nothing. And then, exactly 3 hours and 42 minutes later, a shock wave was felt across the globe, and a bright light lit up the night sky as a second sun. Lascaris looked up and whispered, "Your viciousness is unquestionable, but your destruction will be assured, for we are strong and we are ready."